Hello guys and welcome back. In the last video we saw the verification process of a typical account, how you can initiate a verification that the CPM takes care and verifies the account and makes sure that the passwords are in sync. In this video we're going to understand the process of changing the passwords manually. So now that we are on the PVWA, we're going to use the same test admin account. You're going to select that. The status is compliant. I'm going to click on more options here. And to change the password, I need to click on this button called change. And once I do that, I get an options panel. Now I have two options here. It says the CPM will change the password to a new random password that is based on the platform policy that I have set. And we saw that in the previous videos. Now I have two options here. I can hit on change and change the password only in the vault. Now what these two mean, if I go ahead and click on change directly, what this would do is the vault would instruct CPM to go into this box and change the password for this account. However, if I click on this button, the PVWA interface is going to ask me to enter the password that I want to store in the vault. So if I click that, it asks me for the password to be stored in the vault. I don't want to do this because since this account is actively managed, I want to make sure that CPM goes out automatically and changes the password. This option is applicable to only accounts that are not managed by CPM or CyberArk. So for the accounts that you don't want CyberArk to constantly change passwords, you can rotate them manually. And once you rotate them manually on the system, you can come in here and you can update the password. So I'll hit back and I'll hit on change and notice what happens. This time we get a message saying that account is marked for change. There's a clock. When you hover over that, it says password for this account has been manually scheduled for change. In the last video, we saw the verification process, pretty similar. In order for this operation to be successful, it needs to have SMB or TCP 445 open on the server, which is this one. So we'll wait for a minute and try to refresh this and try to see if it has successfully done that. Notice here we got an error. Let's see what that error is. So just like verification process, we got an error for changing the password. Now this access denied normally happens either if you don't have the privileges, but this guy is the administrator on the local box, so the account should have privileges. The second case is that if we don't have the user access control or UAC enabled. So if UAC is enabled, normally we get this error. So let's try to fix that. So I'll hop onto the PVWA box, close this down and open up UAC settings. Close this out. Go to control panel. Change user account control settings. Say never notify. Hit OK. Yes. Close. I'm going to do this same for CPM and all other boxes to ensure that the CPM does not encounter this error again. Alternatively, I can open up registry editor and make sure I add a key in there too. So I'll navigate to local machine, software, Microsoft. Expand this a bit further. Locate for Windows. Current version. Policies. and system. Under here, we can expand this. And you see down here, enable LUA. Instead of 1, we're going to put 0. 0 indicating not enabled. It says we must restart our server in order to make this effective. So we'll try to do that. Close this out and restart it real quick. I'll pause the video for now. And I have the PBWA restarted successfully. So let's go back to our CyberArk instance and try to do that again. And before we click on the change button, and if we try to do this, let's see, it won't prompt me for the CPM change because it is disabled automatic management. So we'll do that change by clicking on this classic interface. So we're going to hop on there. Say edit. If you see here, there's a button called resume. So you need to click that. Unfortunately, this is not available in the latest interface. You have to do this in classic interface. So once you have that, click on save. And we'll click on back. Now it is not highlighted in red color, but it is still highlighted, and it's saying that it is checked out by the CPM and it is failed to change the password. So we'll go ahead and repeat the step of changing it. And now we got this option back, just like how we got in the first case. So click on change. Let's wait for a minute and cross our fingers and hope that it worked. So hit refresh and try to see the status. So it looks like it is changed because the warning message has disappeared. So select the account. And you can see here it is changed by secure via CPM. So in order to effectively see the password and if it is manually changed, so 26 September 9:44, it is changed. So just see this. So this is our initial version and this is our changed version. And if you see here modified by secure via CPM 01, it indicates that this password was modified indeed by CPM. So if you saw the earlier password and if you compare, so we had the earlier password as this. All right, and the new password, give the reason as verification. I know this is not straightforward in the best answers. So this is a new password. So I initiated another change. So it is now saying that the CPM has locked this account. So it's gonna do another change. And that completes the end of this current video, and we saw how you can manually change the passwords and how you can verify through versions, activities, and details.